have some really important questions, Glenn. This one from Michael, who asks, what is that logo on your shirt? In other words, I think he's asking, who are you wearing today? Who is your designer?
This is George Washington. It's very nice. It comes in large colors. Tell me David's walking away like, dear God Almighty. Who are you wearing today, David? David, you can explain this.
This is actually what George Washington gave. This is the badge of merit. There are 3 of them known to still exist today. Washington just...
Hold on. Somebody call HR. He's touching me.
I'll do it again.
All right.
Washington was different from so many others in that he didn't want the generals to get recognition. He wanted the common people who did remarkable things to get recognition. And he would look out among the troops and he saw things that were courage. And by the way, if you read his diaries from Valley Forge, it'll make you cry to see what he saw among his troops. As he saw that, he wanted to honor those guys because nobody got honored in that era by the British troops. If you're a commoner, you're a peon, you're down low. Washington wanted to exalt the common man and exalt particularly virtues of honor and courage and faith and integrity. And when he saw it, the commander-in-chief gave you that badge right there. It was on a little bracelet that you got to wear on your arm. There's 3 of them still known to exist today. Now, they've taken that and turned it into the Purple Heart because it was a Purple Heart. Now it means you've been wounded in battle. But Washington's original badge of merit was a Purple Heart to honor and recognize great traits that he saw among common, average, ordinary soldiers.
And without giving you any information, because I am not going to put people through what he's gone through and what I have to go through every single day, just for standing up what you believe. But I tell you, we are assembling people on 8/28 in Washington, D.C. that have earned this, that have truly earned this. And we are bringing this back for the common people.
That's right.
On 8/28, 3 people are going to receive it. 3 people are going to receive it. And I also will tell you that David knows, and I know, we've been working on something. At the end of 8/28, it will take your breath away. We were backstage talking about it, and the 3 of us, David's wife and I, we were all talking, and I said, this is what's going to happen at the very end. And we've talked about it a million times, and I said, this is exactly how it's going to come. And David, all 3 of us said, oh my gosh, I have goosebumps. The hair is standing on end. It is going to be a historic moment. Please tell your friends and don't miss 8/28. If you can make it, please. If you know somebody lives out in the East and they can come, please come. It is not a tea party. It is life-changing what is happening on 8/28.
All right, Glenn, another question for you. This comes from Kirsten, and it relates to the last one here. A lot of people are moving against 8/28 by saying you are dishonoring the Purple Heart. Where do you see the place of the Purple Heart going forward?
Where the Purple Heart already is. I mean, I'm saying that we need to honor merit inside, not just for the troops. We know if you look at all of the things that are happening, if you look at the things that we trust and the things that we hold up in high esteem now, the troops are number 1. In fact, they're the only thing that we look at now and say that those are honorable people. You're going to meet. I'm going to showcase some people. Marcus Luttrell will be there, and I'm going to showcase some other people. I met a guy this week. We had him on the radio. His hands were blown off. His hands had been blown off. This guy, he still wants to serve. They're remarkable people. Well, we can't only have the people in our military being the only honorable, remarkable people. You need to do that. I need to do that. We all need to do that. And all I'm saying with this is, for all the rest of us, you know what? Are you willing to lose your hands for this? Are you willing to lose your house for it? Are you willing to lose sleep? Are you willing to have people just bash you in the head over and over and over again? You know, it is an insult to say that at this point in our history that we can compare ourselves to those who stood with Martin Luther King. We haven't had a dog sicked on us. We haven't had fire hoses opened on us. We haven't had a baton to the head yet. We may. But if that happens, the only way we will stand is if we understand honor and merit.
Glenn, we're getting a lot of emails pouring in after that last statement from addresses that end at msnbc.com saying that if you need any help with that baton to the head, they will be there for you.
Yeah. But if MSNBC says something, I mean, it's like the tree in the woods. I mean, did they really say it?
All right, our final important question from Lazai, I think it is. Is it true, Glenn, that donuts are the answer to all of life's problems?
Yes. David, could you, one more question for you from me. Tell me if out of all of the books that you have read, all of the books that you have seen, everything that could possibly, if you only had one, out of anything that you could possibly think of, besides the Overton window, and by the way, 5,000-year leap, real George Washington, the real Thomas Jefferson, real Ben Franklin are available in the lobby, and all of the proceeds, everything after expenses for the booksellers, they are going to the 828 Project. So if you need those books, they're available there. What is the one book, if you said you have to understand this, in regards to faith and our country?
The one book I would choose it is a book from 1864. It's not been reprinted recently. It is on Google Books, but it's out there for everybody to read. It's called The Chaplains and Clergy of the American Revolution. You read that, you understand faith, you understand honor, virtue, you understand the price they paid, you understand how widespread faith was, you understand how faith interacted with the founders and the pastors, and you understand how the country came to be. That's probably the single book I would choose is Pastors and Clergy of the American Revolution.
Okay, one more thing. David is going to join me, not on 828, but we haven't announced this yet, on 827. On 827, he is going to be doing something that has not been done in 200 and I don't know how many years, with these very sermons, and it is something that you will please look for the announcement of. I'm sorry, but MSNBC, Keith Olbermann really is, and this makes me so happy, he really is a member of insiderExtreme. Bash me all you want, but they have to pay me $9.95 a month to do it. Uh-oh. But look for that announcement because it's going to be amazing.
All right, if you have any other questions for Glenn, you can do it right from your seats. Email revival@glennbeck.com. Include your name and section so we know where you're coming from. Or if you're on insiderExtreme watching now and you want to tell us that you're there, that would be great too.
The only other thing we need is your social security number.
Right, well,
That's all.
proof of residency.
We may be changing your long-distance carrier without your notification, but we got a really good rate of $18.95 a month.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Stretch your legs, and we'll be back with more of the American Revival.
See you in a while.